Hello, first and second grade. Today we're going to do a little bit of density experiment. So I'm going to go ahead and remind you that this is one of those experiments that you're going to need mom or dad or older brother or sister, definitely some permission before you start, but it is pretty fun. So I'm going to start here with an empty glass. It helps if the glass is clear. So if you have a clear plastic cup, that kind of works too, but these glass ones work the best. And then we're going to have a few different liquids to put in it. So I have some water here. I put food coloring in it so you can see it a little bit better. I have some dish detergent here, Dawn. I have some dishwasher detergent, Cascade. We are not sponsored by any of these. We have some extra virgin olive oil, some white vinegar, that's white vinegar, and some molasses. I did not ask Mrs. Hedrick if I could use some of these things, so she will be upset, but I don't want anybody else to get in trouble, so make sure you check. Oh, I also have this thing of glue here too. I don't know, it was kind of dried out. I don't know if, yeah, I'll be able to squirt some of it out. Just kind of interesting. You can use some of these same materials, or if you find some different liquids in the house you want to experiment with, that's fine too. The other items I have are right here. I have, excuse me, a rock, a little eraser, coin, half of a bouncy ball, and a chewed up dinosaur foot. We have a dog in the house delightfully now, and so most of our toys are chewed up. It's great. It's fun. So I'm going to start. It doesn't really matter the order, but I am going to make sure to kind of pour things in slowly because I don't really want them to mix if they have different densities. So I'm going to start with the red water. This is just water with some food coloring in it. All right. Now I'm going to go with the olive oil next. Once again, slowly pour that in. And if you can see right there, we already have two separate areas. We have the water, which is more dense, sitting at the bottom right now, and then we have the olive oil, a little layer above. Let's put in some white vinegar, see where that lands. I kind of move my head down to get a little peek. It's hard to see. It might have mixed in a little bit. I'm going to pour a little bit more, see if I can tell where it's going. Oh, yeah, it's going down through the olive oil, and then it hits the water, and then it comes back up. All right, we'll see where the dish soap goes. Let's just take that right off. I like to tilt it a little bit so it can kind of slowly enter from the side here. Oh, and yeah, we're squirting right onto the table too. Well, that's beautiful. All right, now this is definitely going right to the bottom. If you look there, it's going all the way through, and it's kind of settling there on the bottom. Let's add a little bit more. There we go. Let it set a little bit. It's kind of mixed in with the water, and it's gonna, because it's soap, it does want to mix with the water. But if we do it slowly and not agitate it, it'll settle. So we have definitely a layer of soap at the bottom. We have the water. We have that vinegar mixed in right through there. It's kind of hard to see, and the oil at the top, I think. All right. Going molasses. I should have put some food coloring in the vinegar so we could see it better. All right, this stuff's pretty thick. Let's see where that ends up. I can't see from the back. I'll go ahead and look around the front here, and it looks like that has sunken also to the bottom. Looks like that's gone underneath the dish soap. Now actually I have two more. We have some Cascade. It looks like it's settled down where the other soap was. It's not surprising. And now for my last and final piece, put some good old Elmer's glue in there. That looks like it's sitting on top of the soap, but then some of it's kind of floating around right there, but I think it'll sink underneath the water but on top of the soap. Now, as we continue with the experiment, I'm going to take some items from around the house like I've showed you before, and we're going to place them in there and see where they go. If they sink all the way to the bottom, or if they float all the way at the top, or somewhere in between. I'm going to go with the rock first. I have a feeling this might just sink all the way to the bottom, but I don't know. It is pretty thick in there, but I think I heard it hit the bottom. Go with this nice eraser next. That also sunk all the way to the bottom. I thought that might float. This little piece of rubber. Bouncy ball. Okay, that floats on the top. It looks like it's floating on the water. There you can see. It's on top of the water, but not on top of the oil or vinegar. Alright, dinosaur foot. Ooh, that's a little thicker plastic. It looks like, I think that's down where the soap area is too. This little coin. Boom, that's definitely all the way to the ground. We can even throw in some other items. Let's take a little piece of paper and ball it up. See where that goes. It's kind of floating on the top. Anyways, as you test your items, you can kind of see if they sink down below something, that means it's more dense, which means the particles that make up that particular thing are more closely packed together, and so then it's going to sink in something that's less dense. And these things that float on top, their particles are farther apart, so they're able to stay on top of the other materials. It's kind of neat to slowly watch that piece of paper sink down. When you're done with this, you're going to find a spot to dump it out, probably outside. I think most of this stuff is fine to soak into the earth. I would not drink it though. That's word to the wise. Even though the molasses is a good thing, once it gets mixed in with this stuff, yeah, not so good. Hopefully you had fun, and take care.